Welcome back, Deep Divers. Today, we're diving into a film that I know has a special place in your heart.
It does seem to.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah.
And, it's a movie that really captured your imagination years ago. And even sparked some of your own creative fire back in the day. So
Yeah, and given your recent breakup
Oh, yeah.
and newfound appreciation for Sigur Rós,
It felt appropriate.
a band known for its emotionally evocative soundscapes, it seems like the perfect time for a deeper dive into this film.
Totally. Yeah, you've brought a treasure trove of material to this deep dive.
Well,
We've got reviews, quotes,
I've got my highlighter out.
analysis of its visual language.
Yeah.
I was like, you're ready to dissect your own memories of this movie.
This is true.
So let's unpack why Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind continues to resonate so strongly, even years later,
Okay.
and explore how it speaks to the bittersweet nature of love loss and memory.
Yeah, this film is so fascinating because it takes this, mind-bending sci-fi concept, selective memory erasure,
Right.
and somehow makes it feel so incredibly human and
Yeah,
relatable.
Totally. It's not about spaceships and lasers.
Right.
It's about the raw, messy realities
Obvious.
of relationships and just the lengths we go to avoid pain.
Totally.
So for anyone who needs a refresher, Eternal Sunshine follows the tumultuous love story of Joel and Clementine.
Yes.
These are two people who could not be more different.
She's a whirlwind of impulsive energy, always changing her hair color, a very visual representation of her ever-shifting emotions.
Right.
And Joel, on the other hand, is withdrawn, much more comfortable observing life from a distance than diving headfirst into it.
Totally. But of course they fall head over heels,
They do.
as these people often do. And then the very things that drew them together
Yeah.
eventually become the catalysts for their really explosive breakup.
Yeah.
And this is where the film takes that sharp left turn into sci-fi heartbreak territory.
Yeah. Clementine, unable to cope with the pain of this split, undergoes a procedure to have all memories of Joel erased from her mind.
Oh, man.
Joel, upon discovering this, is utterly devastated and decides to do the same thing, hoping to erase the pain that Clementine has inflicted upon him.
And this is where the film's brilliance, I think, really shines through.
Okay.
Because instead of just telling us about the memory erasure, we experience it right alongside Joel.
Yes.
The narrative itself becomes fragmented, mirroring the way that memories fade and reassemble in our own minds.
It's not a linear story, right? It's a dreamscape of emotions and fleeting images.
Yes.
And as Joel grapples with this erasure, we see glimpses of their relationship, the good, the bad, the mundane moments that make up a love story.
Right. And this brings us to a line that I think feels particularly poignant.
Okay.
What a loss to spend that much time with someone, Joel says during this procedure, only to find out that she's a stranger.
Wow.
It makes you wonder, even in our closest relationships, are we ever truly strangers to each other? Or are we strangers even to ourselves?
It's a question that I think cuts to the core of the human experience.
I think so, too.
The film isn't just asking about romantic love. It's about the very nature of identity.
Yeah.
If we erase the memories that shape us, the people we've loved, the experiences that have brought us joy and pain, who are we left with,
Right. And it's almost like the film is holding up a mirror to our own desires to forget,
Yeah.
to erase the parts of our past that haunt us.
Yeah.
And it's asking, is that truly possible?
Right.
And at what cost?
And even if it were possible, would we want that? I mean, after all those tiny little rocks of memories, as Joel so dismissively calls them,
Oh, right.
they form the foundation of who we are.
Are you talking about that scene on the beach
Yes.
where he compares sand to memories?
Exactly.
That always felt like kind of a throwaway line to me.
It did.
But
Okay.
But now that you mention it.
I think it's anything but a throwaway line.
Okay.
That seemingly simple line, I think, speaks volumes about the film's central themes. Sand-like memory is made up of countless individual grains, each one shaped by forces beyond our control.
Okay.
And just like those grains, our memories, even the painful ones, accumulate over time to form something vast and complex and ultimately really beautiful.
I'm starting to see what you mean about this movie rewarding a closer look.
Yes.
It's like every detail, every line of dialogue has been so carefully chosen to reflect these larger themes at play.
It's like a puzzle box of emotions and ideas just waiting to be unlocked. And speaking of unlocking,
Oh, here we go.
I think it's time we delve into a particularly intriguing layer of this film, the concept of the dining dead. Remember that scene in the restaurant where Joel
Oh, yeah.
feeling increasingly detached from his memories of the Clementine, observes a couple and asks, are we like those bored couples you feel sorry for in restaurants? Are we the dining dead?
Oh, man, that scene always makes me squirm a little bit.
Really?
It's like that feeling you get when you see a couple who've completely lost the spark.
Right.
And they're just going through the motions. It's relatable and heartbreaking at the same time.
It is. It taps into a fear that I think many of us have, especially, after experiencing that initial intensity of a new relationship.
Oh, totally.
Fear of becoming predictable, of losing that sense of excitement and wonder.
Which is so interesting because Clementine seems absolutely terrified of that.
Yes.
Like she craves novelty, spontaneity.
Yes, she does.
Remember when she says, I like to move around a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like things to be off.
Yeah, she even compares the relationship to a dying flower.
Right.
The bloom is off the rose at this point.
Wow.
Clementine seems to view routine and predictability as the death knell of passion.
Totally. And then you have Joel, who's more introverted.
Right.
More comfortable with routine.
Yeah.
And he seems almost resigned to the idea that passion just fades over time.
Which begs the question, is that sense of comfortable familiarity a betrayal of true love, as Clementine seems to believe?
Right.
Or is it an inevitable, even beautiful evolution of a relationship?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
And I love that Eternal Sunshine doesn't give us any easy answers.
No.
It just presents us with these two flawed, relatable characters, each grappling with their own insecurities and desires.
They are.
It's like watching a car crash in slow motion.
Totally.
You can see the warning signs.
Yeah.
But you can't help but be captivated by just the unfolding drama.
Speaking of drama, we have to talk about the elephant in the room.
Oh, God.
That gut punch of a line that's repeated throughout this film.
Oh, my God.
Meet me in Montauk.
I get chills just hearing you say it.
Right. It sends shivers down my spine every time.
It's like this haunting melody echoing through the entire film.
Yes.
It's as if there's something bigger than themselves drawing them back together.
Right.
Even when their conscious minds are trying to erase each other.
Exactly. And it takes on an even deeper meaning when you consider the original ending of this film.
Oh, my God.
Which, unfortunately...
There's an alternate ending.
There is.
Okay, tell me everything.
In the original script, we discover that Joel and Clementine have gone through this memory erasure process multiple times. They find each other, they fall in love, they break up, they erase their memories, and then they just repeat the cycle all over again.
So it's less about destiny and more about a self-destructive pattern.
Perhaps, or maybe it's a testament to the enduring power of certain connections.
Right.
Even when they're painful or problematic.
Totally.
The original ending raises a question that is almost too big to answer.
Okay.
Is love always a choice?
Wow.
Or are there forces at play that we can't fully control, even with something as drastic as memory erasure?
Okay, my mind is officially blown. This is giving me some serious Truman Show vibes.
Interesting.
Like, do we even have free will, or are we all just puppets dancing to some predetermined tune?
It's a heady question, for sure.
Yeah.
And while the film doesn't offer any definitive answers, it does present us with Clementine, a character who seems determined to challenge the very idea of fate.
I was just thinking about Clementine.
Yeah.
She's often painted as this manic pixie dream girl.
Right.
The quirky free spirit who exists solely to teach the brooding male protagonist how to embrace life.
It's a tempting label.
Totally.
Especially given her vibrant personality and ever-changing hair color.
Right.
But Clementine is far more complex than that trope allows. She's acutely aware of how she's perceived.
Yes.
And she resents being reduced to just a collection of quirks.
Yes.
Remember when she says, too many guys think I'm a concept or I complete them, but I'm just a fecked-up girl who's looking for my own peace of mind?
Yes. She's not afraid to be vulnerable.
Exactly.
To admit her own flaws and insecurities.
Right.
She even talks about feeling like she's constantly putting on a show.
Yes.
Applying my personality in a paste.
Precisely.
Yeah.
This suggests a deep-seated insecurity and a desire to be seen as more than just a source of amusement or inspiration for Joel.
Totally.
She craves genuine connection, even if it means risking heartbreak.
This is making me reevaluate their whole relationship dynamic.
Yeah.
It's not just about a quirky girl trying to liven up a boring guy.
Right.
It's about two people with their own baggage.
Yeah.
Their own ways of navigating the world, trying to find a way to fit together.
And that, I think, is what makes Eternal Sunshine such a timeless and relatable film.
Yeah.
It captures the bittersweet beauty of human connection.
That's so good.
The messy, complicated dance between two people trying to understand themselves and each other.
It really is about those layers, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like we're seeing these different layers of the film and different layers of ourselves kind of reflected back at us.
Yes. And isn't that the power of great art?
I think so.
It holds a mirror up to our own experiences, and it prompts us to ask questions we might not have otherwise considered.
Yeah.
Speaking of questions,
Okay.
I can't let us finish this deep dive without talking about the film's title.
Right.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Of course.
It's a mouthful, but it's so evocative.
It is.
What's the story behind it?
Well, it's actually a line from a poem
Okay.
by Alexander Pope called Eloisa to Abelard and Mary the receptionist at the Memory Erasure Clinic.
Yes.
She recites part of it during the film, and the lines describe a state of blissful ignorance,
Okay.
of forgetting the pain and turmoil of the world.
So it's like the film is suggesting that maybe a spotless mind isn't something to be desired after all.
That's exactly it.
Really?
Yeah, the film seems to argue that true happiness and fulfillment don't come from erasing the difficult parts of our past,
Right.
but from learning to integrate them into our understanding of who we are.
It's like that old saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Right.
It's cliche, but
It's true, though.
yeah, maybe there's some truth to it.
Yeah, painful experiences, heartbreaks included, they can be incredible catalysts for growth.
Okay.
They force us to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves, our needs, our patterns.
Right.
And in doing so, they pave the way for us to make more conscious choices in the future.
It sounds like you're saying that maybe, just maybe, there's a reason why Joel and Clementine keep finding their way back to each other,
I think so.
even after erasing their memories.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not about destiny,
Right.
but about a subconscious desire to learn and grow together, no matter how messy the process might be.
It's an interesting interpretation,
Right.
and one that I think really resonates with the cyclical nature of their relationship.
Yeah.
Each time they erase their memories, it's like they're given a clean slate,
Right.
a reset, a chance to rewrite their story.
Totally. And yet, some part of them, maybe deep down in their subconscious,
Yes.
seems to recognize the significance of their connection.
Right.
And it's urging them to try again,
Keep going back.
to see if they can break free from these self-destructive patterns and create something lasting.
It reminds me a bit of the myth of Sisyphus.
Oh, really?
You know, condemned to endlessly roll that boulder up a hill,
Right.
only to have it roll back down again.
Okay, that sounds a little bleak.
It could be seen that way, yes.
Yeah.
But there's also a certain beauty in that struggle.
Oh,
You know, in that relentless pursuit of something meaningful, even if that meaning is found in the act of striving itself.
wow. I never thought I would find myself contemplating the myth of Sisyphus during a conversation about eternal sunshine of the spotless mind. But here we are,
But here we are,
full circle.
and perhaps that's a fitting place to leave our discussion today,
Okay.
with a sense of open-ended wonder.
Right.
A willingness to embrace the complexities of life and love, even when they don't offer easy answers.
This deep dive has been quite the journey,
It has.
full of unexpected twists and turns, just like the film itself.
It really is.
I feel like I've gained a whole new appreciation for eternal sunshine.
Yeah.
And maybe even for my own messy, complicated life.
And isn't that the point of it all? To connect, to feel, to experience that full spectrum of what it means to be human.
Yeah.
Heartbreak and all.
You said it so, dear listeners. As we say goodbye for now,
Yes.
we leave you with this final thought. Embrace the unknown, cherish the memories, and never underestimate the enduring power of a love story. Even one as unconventional as Joel and Clementine's.
Until next time,
Yeah.
keep diving deep.
In my room I see your face, shadow light, gentle embrace. In a world where you don't stay, just a thought that fades away. Like a last silent night, imaginary friends so bright. Memories play out of sight, loneliness can feel so right. Invisible love, hold me tight. Fleeting dreams and pale moonlight. No one sees you by my side. Loneliness can't feel so right. Invisible love, hold me tight. under the stars. You and me in stolen hours, secret whispers from afar. In our dream like we are.